Hey guys, so I have gotten a lot of feedback on part one of my reaction to the Taliban interview. So I thought I would do a part two. If you haven't seen part one, be sure to see that beforehand. I will put the video up here. So let's get started.
And so, will that remain? Will women be able to travel around Afghanistan without?
Return to her job.
And so, will that remain? Will women be able to travel around Afghanistan without a male accompanying them? And will they be able to do so without wearing a burqa?
It is Islamic hijab. It is burqa is not the only hijab that should be observed. There is maybe different type of hijab, so it is not limited to burqa.
So you will expect women to wear the hijab, but not necessarily the burqa.
Right.
If you're okay with women not wearing the burqas and not the hijabs, then why did you beat women and have the religious police all over the place reprimanding people do so in 96 to 2001? If women are...
What about Afghan women who've been able to wear what they would like to wear for the last 10 years? Why do you think you can dictate to them what they can wear?
So these are not our rules. These are Islamic rules.
And she has a point. Like, why should you dictate what women wear? Just because we don't wear what is strictly written in this book doesn't mean we're going to hell. There is a gray area, and we don't have to live to a book by the T in order to go to heaven. Also, at the same time, the French are going too far to the left and illegalizing face coverings, while the Taliban are going too far to the right, illegalizing people who don't wear the burqas. All different kinds of people and all different kinds of cultures do religion differently. Each person has their own interpretation of what religion should look like. You have failing streets. You have failing government. You have corruption. And all you're worrying about is what the woman should wear. Why don't we prioritize this and focus on more important things?
Muslim women, not only in Afghanistan, in all Islamic countries, the women, they are observing this hijab, and all practicing women, they are observing hijab. So it's a part of their belief. So I think they will not have any problem with that, because that is...
No, it's not part of our belief. It's part of your belief. Because I can guarantee you that, again, some people don't believe in the burqa. Some people don't feel comfortable wearing one. And then there's people that are just not religious and don't want to wear one. It's you forcing them to be your interpreted version of the Quran and forcing people to wear what you feel is religiously appropriate. Religion should be our choice, and we should be allowed to represent the religion how we choose. All of it, parts of it, none of it. And we should be allowed to have freedom of religion. And not only that, but government and religion should be separated.
It is a part of the Islamic rules and also the part of Islamic and Afghan culture. But this basic rights as access to education and access to work, that is maintained.
Yes, it is a privilege to go. A privilege that you are not allowing us to have as women, because you are killing women on the way to schools and you are blowing up schools and doing everything in your power to have the privilege of going to school revoked.
They can have those their rights. There will be no problem in that.
It's about...
If they can have those rights of going to school, then stop intervening and let them have those rights.
It's interpretation, isn't it? And Islam doesn't necessarily teach that women have to wear the hijab. Why do you think that they have to wear it in Afghanistan?
And not only in Afghanistan, in all Islamic countries, a woman being a Muslim, she has to, according to the rules of Islam, to wear hijab. That's it. Maybe a female is living in USA, in European countries, in any part of the world. So she has to wear that. It is not something that we have imposed from ourselves on women. It is something it is on the basis of the Holy Quran and the rules of our religion, the female have to wear hijab. That is for their security and
Okay,
also for decency.
let's move away from that and talk about the pledges you've made for the leadership in Afghanistan. An open, inclusive Islamic government, you say. Give us your vision of what that looks like. I mean, could you imagine there ever being a female prime minister? Could you imagine there being female high court judges, for example? What about President Karzai? Would there be a role for him?
He's not going to want to come back and support you guys and work with you, even if he can come back and work.
Our policy is clear, which I said they can have access to education and work. That's one thing. Secondly, they can hold position.
If they can work and all that, then why were you picking women out of banks and telling them that they need to go home and resign and give their job to some kind of male family member?
But that position, they can hold it in the light of the Islamic rules. So there is a general framework for them.
What about previous leaders that we've seen over the last 10 years? President Karzai, Ashraf Ghani, could they be invited back into Afghanistan?
Karzai is already in Kabul.
And these guys' internet is something else.
And would he have a role within the Taliban regime? Sorry, I just wanted to know whether you thought President Karzai could have a role within the Taliban regime.
So that's I can't comment right now, but that is for the leadership and the deliberation, the council consultation that is going on for formation of a new Afghan Islamic government. So we would leave it to that.
And in terms of the
right
leadership,
now I don't have any comment.
In terms of the leadership, we're hearing
yes, right now I don't have.
Okay. In terms of the leadership, we're hearing that Mullah Baradar is travelling today from...
Can he just stop for 5 seconds and let her speak? Or is his internet just that bad?
Doha to Kandahar. Can you confirm that?
So there is intention that Mullah Baradar go to Afghanistan. There's planning, but I can't say what time, exactly what time. So maybe today, tomorrow, or other day. I can't say it specifically, but he is to go to Afghanistan. Yes.
And will he be leading the Taliban in Afghanistan? Who will be leading the Taliban there?
Their forces, but we are committed not to attack them, and we have not attacked them.
But at some point you will want the airport back, I would assume. When are you saying that you will take over the airport? Is that September?